What's up guys, this is Coach Donny with ElevateYourself.org. Welcome to my volleyball coach reaction to Haikyuu Season 1, Episode 19. If you're new to this channel, I'm a volleyball coach, volleyball player, and personal trainer that provides volleyball tutorials, jump training videos, and other cool volleyball content, which you can find linked below. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video. I also started a new Facebook page, which you can find linked below for more volleyball, training, educational, and inspirational content. One thing I will always acknowledge is someone's skill whether I like them or not. Tsuki seems to be the perfect complement to Hinata because Tsuki is more calculated, taller, and more thoughtful about his play, where Hinata is shorter, faster, and more aggressive. I probably will get a heart attack if things get more intense because I could barely handle the last episode. You know what would be funny is if I hooked up a heart monitor so you can see my heartbeat throughout the episode. I continue to be impressed with the symbolism in Haikyuu, where Azumane means East Peak and Nishinoya means West Valley. I'm noticing a pattern of complementary characters that are reflected in their personalities, positions, style of play, and their names as well. Another fun fact I learned is how the upperclassmen's jersey numbers also symbolize their positions, where Daichi being number 1 usually takes the first contact being a good passer, Suga number 2 being a setter and taking the second contact, and Asahi number 3 being an aggressive hitter and spiking the third contact. The symbolism never seems to end. Sorry, I realized that I never went back and talked about Nishinoya's one-arm dig, so thank you to the fans for reminding me in the comments. 90% of making those one-arm saves is belief, then it's 9% effort, and finally 1% skill. What this means is that majority of the volleyball players actually give up on a lot of the balls that they could actually save because they don't believe they can get it, so they don't even try. And if you don't try, you will never know if you can get it. It's really that simple. I don't think it's a coincidence that Nishinoya is one of the most confident players on the team and continues to make one great defensive play after another. If you would like to increase your vertical jump right at home and have me as your personal trainer, I'll be teaching an online bodyweight jump camp that starts January 6th, 2021, where I will train you in a large group setting through Zoom video conference every week. This is a 4-week jump training camp that includes bodyweight only exercises so you can train right in the comfort of your home. I know many of us are still stuck at home due to the pandemic, but don't let this be an excuse as to why we cannot continue to make progress. So make sure that you sign up below so you can get your 2021 New Year off to a great start by increasing your vertical jump. Now let's get this Haikyu party started. Oh, beautiful toss with some nice top spin. Ooh, triple power. That's a cool scene. Of course, it's Mr. K-pop with his deadly serve who can show up late to practice and talk to his fan club. Man, 4 aces in a row. That's really consistent. Yeah, anyone can hit hard, but to do it consistently in the same spot, that's really challenging to do. Just bring some gross to the game and it'll probably distract him. Oh, again. Earning a free ball for his side. Okay. And he even says okay, a little funny. And it's not because he has a Japanese accent. That sounded... he had a little flair on that okay. Yeah, the sound that he's referring to, some setters just have a really great touch. Ooh, that's a great line shot. There's a lot of hard line shots in this anime. Yeah, for a team to look fluid, that's hard. That's good training and good chemistry. Ah, no wonder they've been playing together for a while. So you just have that connection. But that K-pop just happens to know a lot about his players, or knows how to use them a little better. Ooh, everyone's sweating, looking and studying. Yeah, when you see a great team, you shouldn't be intimidated. You should be excited to play them because they're going to bring out the best in you and challenge you to be better. Ooh, televised. That's a big camera. Yeah, the short kids. Oh man, I feel sorry for the short players. Always getting assumed for younger people. I wonder what Kageyama's thinking and how he's analyzing his play to make his own play better. Can't tell whether he's frustrated, intimidated, or confused. I wonder how he's gonna bolster their morale. Maybe give him some more bread from his bakery. TV. Oh, maybe this is how it's going to boost their morale, seeing themselves on TV. Of course, there you go, Tsuki with being the downer for everyone. Man, I wish we had some televised high school volleyball matches in the USA. 25-6, that's a blowout. But this is day one. Usually you have the top teams against the weaker teams so that the top teams will see each other at the end of the tournament. Oh, of course. More so for his hair than his skill level. Tanaka is not impressed. The powerhouse. This is great. Ah, such a generic thing to say. Poor guys, they probably thought they were going to see more video of themselves. But at least they got their team name mentioned. The first sip of beer. That's true. Get a little foam. Get that cold crisp beer. I'm curious what they're going to see on the drawing board, what they're going to learn from their coach's analysis. Everyone who's not the setter goes after the ball formation. That's so interesting. I just realized that I haven't paused it this entire time. I think I've been so engrossed in the episode trying to learn what's going on. But there hasn't been a lot of plays to analyze, so this is going to be the first one. So I'm curious what that means for everyone who's not the setter goes after the ball. So that could mean that if you're not the setter, everyone has to contribute to defense to keep the ball alive because they're going to need as many offensive opportunities as possible because they believe that their offense is stronger. So keep the ball off the floor, set up your offense as many times, and maybe they'll end up on top. I'm assuming that's what he means. Let's go find out. That's right, when they encountered the impenetrable wall, the iron wall, they fought through it, and they believed in themselves. That's one really great tool to have as a coach, is to acknowledge the elephant in the room. Don't be afraid to say what everyone else is thinking, and I'm sure Coach Ukai recognized that everyone was a little intimidated by Seijo, so he just outright said it, that, hey, I'm sure all of us were thinking, wow, they're such a great team, how are we going to beat them? And that's why the team was taken aback, because they probably were all really thinking that. But they also felt relieved to know that the coach might have thought that too, but now it's the coach's job to help them figure out how to work through and beat that team and strategize. So it's important to be honest with your team, because not only does that gain trust with your players, but it will also help them feel more at ease because you can finally address the real issue in the room. That's right. They broke through the impenetrable wall, the iron wall of Dateko. They fought through, believed in themselves, and won. They found a way. Now he's got the team focused and motivated. Of course, the two monkeys are jumping now. Who's Mori? Oh, that's a good coach. Getting video on the other teams, especially the opponent, so you can scout them and study them so you won't be surprised when you play them. I like this coach. From baker to analytical coach. I like this coach. From baker to top level coach. Now the real work starts. After the game's over, people don't realize that the coach actually goes home and does even more work. What the heck does that mean? So he's referring to Kageyama as an underclassman. That's right, he is older than him. I wonder why that bothers Kageyama so much. Because Kageyama is the first one to admit when someone is good. Or maybe he feels like he's not good enough to beat K-pop. Or maybe he feels the pressure of the match. Gotta scratch my head. Ooh. That's cool. He's gonna do his own homework. Maybe that's what a lot of you are talking about, how I'll probably have more respect for K-pop later because he's not only is a good setter, but he puts in the work. Oh, this must be Coach Ukai getting his cigarettes and a nice video session. What's possible? Dang, Kageyama's intense, bringing his dumbbell to the tournament. If I remember correctly, they're in a separate location for this tournament. Alright, my respect for K-pop already went up a lot. Staying up late, studying the other team. Making it look like, you know, like it's easy, but you really just did a lot of preparation for that match. Man, Kageyama just doesn't miss. He's too good. Ooh. What's interesting is I think Kageyama does a 3-step approach. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, and I think I saw the K-pop do a 4-step approach. Toss. 1, 2, 3, 4. Interesting. So he has a more powerful serve, maybe because he takes more steps. In volleyball, you'll have players do a 3-step or a 4-step approach depending on their position and the situation. I always recommend players starting off by learning a 3-step approach and then adding a 4-step approach if they want. Now the benefit of having a 4-step approach, meaning taking 4 steps to jump instead of 3 steps, is that you get more momentum with that extra step, which means more power. That's such a subtle detail that they've added here, and it's cool I got to see 2 great servers in Haikyu serve back to back. Kageyama is known for a great serve, but it looks like K-pop also has a deadly serve and might be even more powerful than Kageyama due to his 4-step approach. That's a really cool detail. Let me know in the comments if anyone else noticed this detail. Go, 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 Seijo. Okay, that's the... Oh, my volume's too low. I gotta go back and listen to it. Oh, the 2 captains. Man, this could be an intense match. Both great teams, and the loser goes home. That's a pretty intense tournament, single elimination. You travel all this way, you can only play 1 match if you get knocked out early. Yes, the girl fan club. Gotta get charged up. Serving first, that means you're on the court first. Oh yeah. I love it. Everyone's just fired up during warm-ups. How you warm up is how you're going to play in a game, so you gotta take your warm-up seriously. Oh, that's right. He taught him how to jump float, or showed him how. Maybe he's going to get a chance to show it off. He can come off the bench and really contribute as a serving specialist. That would be a cool feature in this game. Maki does not look impressed. He and Suki seem the same. Too cool for school. Why is he commenting after every hit? That's got to be annoying. Ah, too many captions to read. Maybe K-pop is like the Tsuki of I forgot the Josai. I think that's Seijo's team. Oh, the moment before the whistle is blown, I get chills down my back just thinking about it. Never gets old. It's like when you're getting ready for battle. Man, I can't wait to see what Kageyama is thinking. Oh, that K-pop got it instead of him, and that was after a traumatic incident where no one was there to hit his set, and he wished he was there. Oh, that's a great motivator. Is he gonna make the same mistakes? He's already matured past that moment. Yeah, on paper I think Seijo is going to be the better team. Can't tell if he's like being passive aggressive or if he's being honest. He tried to grab his head and missed. That was funny. Go, go, go. Oh, I got it. That's a hard shear. Datteko's shear is so much easier. Oh, the poet. He's gotten better at his speeches. Not too complex. I wonder if his teammates even take him seriously. Nah. Wonder what they mean by that. Do they mean that they trust him in his skill, or that he's not being deceitful with his words? Maybe both. I like this guy's hair. It's like crazy pillow head. That's got to be the Tanaka of that team, the enforcer, the shaved head. So far, every team seems to have a Tanaka. And there's the turnip head I think you guys were talking about. Nice receiver. Ooh, what's he doing here? Hitting on two. That's hard to do. As a right-hander, this move is very difficult to execute successfully, because usually when you're setting, you have your back facing the net because you're waiting for the pass, and then to have to turn around quickly enough or deceptively enough to not let the opposing blockers know what you're doing, and then to hit away from your body, because usually when you're rotating to hit, you're rotating from right to left. But here you have to maybe rotate a little bit left to right or open up a lot just to get a good swing. So either the blockers on Karasuno are watching the wrong things, or he's being very deceptive. This is why being left-handed as a setter is very advantageous, because if the net is right here and I'm jumping up to set, my left hand is already loaded to hit or dump, then I can just rotate to hit. So it's interesting that they're making him do this with the right hand, and I'm curious why they didn't just make him a left-handed setter, because I think that would look a lot more deceptive and would make him a better setting character. They had that same reaction like when Hinata runs that quick play. Everyone's just stunned. This is another complex cheer I cannot learn right now. Yeah, on the first play, that is pretty bold. Talking trash, I love it. Yeah, those head games. Yeah, K-pop's it's a competitor. He's good at getting in people's heads. But don't overthink it. Just forget what he said and just play. Haikyu with the good pass. Oh, full speed. Come on, set Hinata. Get that quick going. Boom! Oh, and they dug it right away on the first one. Oh, he's gonna fake it. Like he's gonna fake spike and set it. And then draw him up. Oh. Yep, now you got no hitters up. No blockers up. Oh. You'll see this happen a lot actually at the international level. But it's usually another hitter that tends to do this. Sometimes when the setter actually passes the first ball, the outside hitter from the middle back will run up to the 3-meter line like they're about to spike, put their arm back like they're about to hit just like K-pop here, and then turn to the left or right, and then set the right or left side hitter while also drawing up 2 to 3 blockers in the middle, which leaves the right or left side hitter with 1 or no blockers up. And there's this really cool play with the Japanese national team where Ishikawa pretends to go for a hard spike. He sells it, sets Nishida, and Nishida just crushes it. So this stuff is actually pretty legit, but it's rare to see a setter do this. I think Deceptive, who's an Argentinian setter who plays in the Italian league, tends to do this sometimes. He's very deceptive, but you'll usually see hitters who do this. Tanaka said, "Don't underestimate me." Yeah, your hitters need to be ready for this to happen too. Hey, that was a little low. The fan club can't handle it. I wonder what decisions K-pop is doing today based on what he studied in the film. I like Daichi stepping in to keep his team focused. Yeah, have faith in your own setter. That's right, serve it to the best passer. Ooh, what's he gonna do? Run the fake. Ooh, let's see if... Oh, another hitter going behind that. I think he's hitting from the back row. Let's see if K-pop can read that. Oh! In your face. He tricked his own players. Ah, so good, Kageyama. I love it. Let those bangs hang. That's right, Kageyama was not intimidated. He's like, I can do that too. That's great. Oh, this back and forth battle between the setters. This is so cool. Let's see what the Great King has to say. I love it. Oh, talking trash. Oh, K-pop is actually irritated. So good. Here's my immediate reaction to episode 19. Usually I leave tons of commentary because there are lots of things to comment on, but I'm not sure why I didn't really say much during this episode. I think I was just enjoying watching and learning and listening and just reading about what's going on. I think I'm getting sucked into this story where I am slowly becoming a fan and actually interested in what's going on. Also, there wasn't a lot of practice or gameplay going on until the second half, so it was kind of cool just to chill and just watch the anime with you guys. One thing I did not expect from this episode is the setter on setter battle. This is actually what happens in both collegiate, high school, and professional games, where you kind of have these position battles where two players that are just going at it. Usually it's a hitter going after another hitter, or two liberos staring each other down after they get an amazing dig, or maybe an opposite hitter versus an outside hitter. And occasionally when you get two amazing setters who are trying to outdo each other, it's really special and fun to watch. So I'm so glad that the author included another cool side story as a setter on setter battle. It was also cool to finally see K-pop lose his cool and get frustrated with Kageyama out of all people. He's a player that never takes things personally, but this game is definitely personal for him. And not surprisingly, he is the most focused out of all the people on his team, other than Daichi. I was also surprised to see this team dig Hinata's quick on their first attempt. Usually all the other teams, it takes a full set to figure out what Hinata's doing, and by that time it's too late. Karasuno already has too much momentum and they end up losing. But you can see that Seijo took a lot of time watching Karasuno and studying them. So that's why they were so prepared for Hinata's quick and they were not surprised by it. That just goes to show the importance of taking advantage of the downtime at volleyball tournaments. Take the time to study a team, especially when they're in your same pool or you're going to play them next, because every team has patterns. Every player has tendencies. The earlier you can identify those tendencies, the stronger start you're going to have against them. One thing I like to do with the teams that I coach is when we're sitting down and watching a team, I try to make it a fun game where we do a competition of who can guess what the setter is going to do next, or who can call out what this hitter is going to do next. But I know for me personally, I learn the most by watching good teams play and also studying my opponent ahead of time. The dynamic between K-pop and his teammates is really interesting. It seems like his entire team is irritated with him, but then they actually seem to gel really well together, and that's probably because he's such a great setter. And they seem to have a good coach that just trains them very well. I think it's really great that each team in this anime has so many different personalities. I can see how each of you have your own favorite team that you identify with. I'm really curious how Hinata is going to adapt, because he's used to getting that speed advantage, but now they know exactly what he's doing. He's going to have to think a lot more and be smarter about his play versus just mindlessly swinging and depending on Kageyama to help him make it work. I know that Asahi is going to come through during clutch moments because he's definitely had a huge breakthrough, especially after beating Datiko in the previous episode. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this reaction video. Please consider supporting me on my Elevate Yourself Patreon, where you will also receive exclusive content like live Q&A sessions, monthly podcasts, my private blog, behind the scenes footage, and much more. I want to wish every one of you a happy new year. I know the pandemic has been really tough on all of us, but let's try to make 2021 an even better year as we are still in this pandemic together. And we'll see you in the next episode.